Peterson ranks 16th in the nation for the Scarlet Knights. And Brendan McCrone, 10th in the nation for Ohio State. These two meeting for the third time, 1-1 last season. McCrone won the dual meet in early February 7-1, and then at the Big Ten Championships, it was Dean Peterson with the 3-2 decision, and quickly, Dean Peterson sets the tone with a 3 takedown.
Nice little low shot right there, right below the knee right there. He gets the 3. You hear that count now. He's got to be able to move up.
It's red. He had an opportunity to move up.
Well, you heard the explanation for it. He got the immediate stall warning after they went under the account. So had a difficult time moving up here. Now he's going to go ahead and go with the intentional release, it looks like. Nice job by Peterson with that opening shot. We'll see if he tries to add to that.
Dean Peterson, a 2-time national qualifier. Went to the NCAA tournament last March as a 16 seed. Won a match in Kansas City. He was rounded 12 in 2023.
Action, men, let's work.
He is from Barnegat, New Jersey. 2-time state champion at St. John Vianney. And he's leading at 3-1. 1 minute into this first period.
I'm going to let you work here, guys. Let's go.
Bounce him, bounce him.
Stalemate. Neutral.
Brendan McCrone, redshirt sophomore for Ohio State, out of Willoughby, Ohio. State champion at Lake Catholic. He's having a really good start to this season. 17-3 for McCrone, 13 bonus points, Jim, 7 pins.
Pretty impressive here at the college level, particularly at this weight, to get that many pins this time of the year. So, you know, both these guys really getting in low stance. You can see that almost the 3-point and the 4-point stance got both. They got hands down on the mat. So, you know, that's the one thing about this weight class. It's just really difficult to score on these guys, particularly when they allow them to go ahead and get really low stances, and you know, they're so athletic and they move quickly, so it's really difficult. And a lot of times you just end up in these ear-to-ear positions here, coming up off the knees.
Wrestle through this.
Yeah, it's a challenge for Jaron Quincy, the official here, to get these guys out of these positions.
But Peterson, Jim, scored a takedown 10, 15 seconds in.
Yeah, but both of them were wrestling, you know, on their feet at that time. So, you know, just looking for ties, and now basically McCrone has a shot. Peterson did a nice job of measuring it. He's got him in a cradle position right there.
Are you good at the 2, or do you have 3?
Dean Peterson will get his second takedown and score some near fall as well. So Dean Peterson opening things up in this first period.
Yeah, he got a near fall count there as well.
And now the challenge brick comes in from the Rutgers corner, again in dual meets. Each team with 1 challenge. If you lose it, you are out of challenges. If you are correct, they give you that brick back. And again, the officials can look at the video at their discretion. There you see head coach Scott Goodale. Want to welcome those of you that just watched 15th ranked Oregon go to Penn State and get the 1-point victory. Shane Sparks, Jim Gibbons, Ohio State and Rutgers. First match in this dual meet here at 125. Dean Peterson scored a quick takedown. Scored a second takedown, put McCrone in a cradle. And there is a coach's challenge from Scott Goodale and the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers.
Let's take a look at the scoring sequence here, Shane, on that second takedown. No question it was a takedown, so snapped him down and got into a front headlock position, actually cradle position right away. You can see he locked it up right there, and he's counting 1. Now possibly that would be more, less than 1, but right in here I really felt that he got close to the 3-point takedown, and that's really what 3-point swipes right there, but maybe not. So I don't think they're likely to change that. You can see Scott Goodale there with the brick in his hand. Does a nice job of tossing it to the center of the mat so the official can see it. And of course, the look that the 2 officials have on this are not the look that we have on it, but I don't really expect much change.
Call's confirmed. After review, the call on the mat's confirmed. There was 2 near fall red.
So 2 near fall points. So Rutgers, you see Scott Goodale disappointed. He is out of challenges.
Hold on. Hold.
For the remainder of this dual meet. So Dean Peterson,
you ready, JR?
2 takedowns.
Now you're on.
And the 2 near fall. That gives us a score of 8-1. 40 seconds left in this first period. Good start for the Scarlet Knights here inside the Cavelli Center, one of the phenomenal, beautiful venues in college wrestling.
It certainly is. It's beautiful. I just taking a look at Scott Gooddale's face there in that challenge brick. You know, part of it's probably he disagrees with the call. Did he see it correctly? Oh, Peterson right back in, and another shot right there, low ankle shot, was able to go ahead, come back up to his feet, and go back into a go-behind situation. Takes Peterson, takes McCrone down to his back here for a little bit, threatens him in that situation. Good job of covering right here at the end of the first period, Shane.
3 takedowns for Dean Peterson. What a period for the Scarlet Knight in control of the second period. Starting lineups brought to you by Defend Soap. Defend what you have built. Beginning here at 125. Dylan Shaw up next, the Big Ten champion for Rutgers. And we'll see the national champion, Jesse Mendez, for Ohio State.
Peterson really doing a nice job of being able to attack that ankle that's up right there. You see that he's up off his knees right there, McCrone is. And will he settle back and, you know, hold on to that lead? But, you know, using the challenge brick in a meet like this, you know, you gotta, it was that toss. You know, maybe the official was wrong on that, but you got so many more matches that are important. And
but I would at least say this, Jim. This is a toss-up match.
Correct. But you got an 8-1 lead at a minimum.
Dean Peterson, he has been red hot. He has won 14 in a row, 15-2 on the season. 7-2 in dual meets.
Stalemate, nothing there.
Dean Peterson, a Midlands champion. He won 8 matches at the Midlands to stand atop the podium, wrestling really well. Front headlock position here. Now he's going to follow that up. He's back in on the legs.
Jumped right back in. Snaps the head down really well and jumps right back in on that low single again. And he's see that hurdler stretch there. McCrone trying to hang on to that ankle. That's really critical for him to go ahead and do that.
Neutral.
Likely to see this thing stalemated unless Peterson can go ahead and get off to the right here. Now he comes back out the back door. And right now, I think it's one of those situations where you're not in bad shape here. If you do something with both of your ankles tied up here, that's a welcomed stalemate situation there for Peterson. McCrone still has an opportunity to get back in this match here. Nice takedown and a ride out here would be huge.
Dean Peterson was 5th at the Big Tens last March. The 2 losses, once was Vince Robinson, injury defaults in Rutgers, loss to the Wolfpack. And then he lost to Robbie Segaris that same day from Long Island University. But as I mentioned, he is wrestling well here in early 2025. Scott Goodale, hard to believe he's been in Piscataway for nearly 2 decades. Done a really good job.
Red set.
Excellent job here.
Stay set, give me a pause.
Rutgers coming off a win at Indiana. They beat the Hoosiers 28-6 They are 9-2 on the season.
Hold on now.
As Peterson
set. Stay there.
goes on bottom here in this third period.
Off easy. Green, you got to come center of the back. You got to come center of the back. You're coming ahead up here. You got to come center of the back. Second caution, Green.
So second caution on McCrone. He's got to be careful here.
Easy, head in the center.
Tries to slide a leg in off the whistle.
Good work there by Peterson. Basically, see how he's moving forward here. He switches into that leg that was kind of forced in now. If he could push it away, you know, he's going to go ahead and try to reach back. McCrone trying to keep his hips on the top, and he jumps back into that situation.
Keep wrestling, man.
I think nice job by McCrone keeping his hips over the top of the lower back right there all the way through that scramble sequence. Now he has a leg in.
You got it?
McCrone really tough in this top position. As I mentioned, he's got 7 falls on the season. 17-3 in this his redshirt sophomore campaign. He is 7-1 in dual meets for Ohio State.
And remember that Peterson was warned earlier in this match here, right after a takedown where he wasn't able to move up, so could see some activity there. But you know, he is presenting himself for the most part. They're going to go off the mat.
Red's bottom, green's top, center.
McCrone this season, 5th at the Cliff Keen Invitational in Vegas. He won the Clarion Open. In Vegas, he won the most falls award. He had 3 pins.
Red set, green, easy on.
Crowd making some noise, trying to get behind their 125-pounder, Brendan McCrone.
And he sees Peterson's blocking off. He senses that leg coming in, elbows in. You see what McCrone is trying to do is go ahead and create a little space there. That leg is in now, but can he do anything with it? And
side headlock.
Pretty tough to turn a college guy when he does it, when he knows it's coming, and as far as that leg being in. Particularly a guy
now
with 11-2 lead.
Right here, it's red.
There's that second stall call on Peterson.
Yeah, I think he'll take that.
Now let's work.
You know what? You got to respect with the job that Peterson did. Is that, you know, he knows how tough McCrone was in the top position, and what he did do was get real busy in the top in the first couple periods there to score his points.
But here's what happened. With that stall call, a point to McCrone, and McCrone gets the riding time point, and because of that, it's an 11-4 decision. McCrone saved Ohio State a team point.
Correct.
So Dean Peterson is ridden the entire 3rd period, but he gets an 11-4. These two meeting for the 2nd time in their career. Shawver beat Bouzakis in the dual meet last season, 5-4. There's Nick Bouzakis, the redshirt sophomore, Florida native. 16-3, 12 bonus point victories for the Buckeye.
You know, expect more of the same here. Which is going to be the guy that gets off to the fast start? Both these guys capable of keeping good low stances. You see Shawver likes to move his feet. Again, the first 2 weight classes here, these guys, you know, at least for Ohio State here, totally comfortable getting in these low 4-point stance right now. And then, you know, what you try to see there is catch an opponent trying to reach on you, see if you can go jumping on their leg at that point in time. So, and a lot of times they'll bounce off their knees and get to a tie-up like this.
Make him wrestle.
No score, 45 seconds in, 2-on-1 there from Bouzakis.
Good job by Bouzakis getting a slight angle on that over and under position right there. So underhook on the right-hand side for both guys.
Wrestle through this.
Dylan Shawver was the 4th seed at the NCAAs after winning that Big Ten title. An All-American, he placed 7th in Kansas City.
Good front headlock here by Bouzakis to try to a little drag out of it for Shawver, but you want to keep your chest down on the man and see if you can get a little bit of angle. Nice job of squaring up here by Shawver.
Stalemate.
Good stalemate.
Here we go, guys.
Shawver,
Keep wrestling that position.
27-7 a season ago.
Dylan Shawver of Rutgers from Lorain, Ohio.
He's out of Lorain, Ohio, Elyria High School.
90 seconds.
Just expect one of these times here where Bouzakis is going to lower his level here, maybe go to a hand and then just to dive in on that leg and see what he can do. Shawver wrestling a little bit high on him right now. And he's got that leg planted, so that left leg plants every time. You know, so plant, okay, that's an opportunity to go ahead and try to time it and look for the shot.
When you're wrestling a guy, Jim, that's down on a knee, what's most important?
Well, you just can't reach into him, okay? And that's just, and you kind of got to match their level a little bit, or else just basically get the tie and start jacking him up out of that position. Like, look for underhooks. But I have to admit that, you know, it's really tough wrestling a guy that won't really come out of that low stance.
Red. That's a stall.
Stall call on Shawver.
Guys, Red, that's on you.
Nick Bouzakis falling to Lucas Bird. It was a good match this past Friday, 8-5 in sudden victory. Bird prevailed.
And you can see that, Shane, that low stance is a great camera angle. It's almost 6 to 8 inches right there where, you know, Shawver's not that tall of a guy. Neither of these guys are really, you know, long, lanky guys for their weight classes here. So, but you can see that Shawver from Rutgers there just wrestling a little bit higher, but I know so far that Bazakis from Ohio State hasn't taken advantage of it. Looking for a committed shot, but not likely to see at the end of the first period.
Closing seconds, and we are scoreless after 3 minutes. Tom Ryan at Ohio State won the national title in 2015. A perennial top 5 team, Ohio State, led by Tom Ryan.
Yeah, he's, I think, really done a great job of making his program competitive here the last couple of years here. He finished at 4th a couple of years ago, and then 5th last season, and doing it with a lot of young Ohio guys.
Busakis underneath to begin this period, works to his feet, and kicks away. There's a tally with the escape for Busakis.
And that was huge for Bazakis in that situation, because Shawver does have some good skills in the top position. And in these close matches where you don't have that first period takedown, a quick escape is pretty huge, because it gives you an opportunity to go ahead and be tough in the top position and maybe get the riding time point. I mean, because now Shawver in on a shot, low shot right there. Able to get that pretty easily here, but he's given up that cross ankle right now. Now he's able to free it up. We'll see if he's able to sit through a little bit.
Busakis draped over the back of Shawver as we come up on 1 minute in this second period.
Nothing's there, stalemate.
Stalemate is whistled. These two teams met last February inside Jersey Mike's Arena, 22-12. Ohio State with the win. 12th meeting all time. They tied when they met for the first time back in 1984. But Rutgers with a good start, getting the decision from Dean Peterson at 125.
Keep on asking myself, as the winners, it looks like Bazakis can basically just drop right in on that shot anytime. He's got the low, doesn't really even, he can do it from space right here. He lowers his level. That time he kind of leaned into the tie and then kind of dropped, but he's out there free enough right there when he drops like that to be able to go ahead and attack. Right there, I mean.
Inside of 20 seconds, Shawver was a Midlands runner-up, fell to Tyler Knox at Stanford. Good match here at 133. Busakis with an escape here in the second. The lone point on the scoreboard.
And really, the only committed shot belongs to Shawver. He's been one for stalling.
Dylan Shawver, Big Ten champion for the Scarlet Knights. Anthony Ashnold won 3 Big Ten crowns. Of course, Nick Soriano in 2019. Ashnold and Soriano both winning national titles in Pittsburgh in 2019.
Set and hold. Green. On and hold. Off easy. Shred.
Caution on
Come
Shawver.
easy for me, Green, okay?
Shawver defeating Angelo
Red set,
Rini
Green.
of Indiana 6-5 this past Friday.
Waste time.
Tight waist. Busakis switches sides. Has that chin.
Yeah, just trying to dump him over, but not able to kind of break him down in that situation. Good job by Shawver, kind of staying on his knee, but now you see where Busakis has hooked that ankle.
And Busakis got the really quick escape in the second. Nice jump there to tie the match.
I love that technique right there. So many times guys nowadays are thinking about going forward. Notice how he turned back into him and used some back pressure, and Busakis kind of fell off to the side on him right there. That's a really well thought out position in a tight match, getting that escape, because it looked like Busakis was about ready to add some significant riding time there.
Had that near ankle hooked. Busakis, NCAA qualifier, was a 16 seed in Kansas City. Went 2-2. Didn't place at the Big Tens. But he won 25 matches for Ohio State. 1-1, final 60 seconds.
And here's the situation, Shane, where you've got Busakis. He's got the warning on him. He's been able to lower his level. Shawver basically coming back through. Is he going to be able to go ahead and drive through? He gets a double A position, and wow, Busakis steps over him a couple times, but he's still in that double A. Can he go ahead and finish it, keep his ankles free?
Hooks the ankle, he's in great shape to score.
But he's left that left leg behind. Right now he's in a bit worse position because Busakis has a little bit of a height
Great recovery, though, with his hips for Shawver.
I think he gets up on his hands right there, gets in good position, he'll score.
Takedown for Dylan Shawver with 20 seconds to go. The Scarlet Knight leading it 4-1.
He's just going to cut him right now. That makes it 4-2.
He can run. Stall call's not going to hurt him.
Right there.
That'll be a point.
Here.
Final seconds. That late takedown from the returning Big Ten champion, Dylan Shawver, and the Scarlet Knights.
We were just talking about the situation where Bazakis could get after him, and right when I said that, guess what? You know, Shawver
Great scramble here, Jim, and Shawver just kept on wrestling.
Yeah, just kept on wrestling, and look at the scramble at the end right here. Locks the leg in there, gets up on his hand right there. When he gets up on his hand, gets a little bit of elevation right there. It's enough to go ahead and get Bazakis in a bad position. Good job of finishing that match out.
Pair of decisions gives Rutgers the early 6-0 lead. See Mendez undefeated on the season. He has won 28 straight matches. Dominant 17-0, 13 bonus point victories, 5 falls and 7 tech falls. Another one of those guys that exhausts the scoreboard. This is Max Hermes. Comes in 5-7. 3-time Ohio State champion Mendez, a 4-time Indiana State champion, the 10th in state history to do so. Where have you seen Jesse Mendez, Jim, as good as he is? Where have you seen him get better?
Just with his ties and his timing of his shots and all that, and you know, we were both commenting about this before the meet. Is that scoring sequence that he had with Bo Bartlett at the end? It looked like he was dead to rights, and all of a sudden got that standing Granby and all that stuff. I mean, you know, when you get threatened like he did in the national finals and at the scoring position against a great wrestler, Bo Bartlett, to be able to follow that up and get points yourself, I mean, number one, it's got to be discouraging, but it's just like when things like that happen, you go, well, how did I do that?
Well, you made a comment about that move, which I thought was an extremely astute observation. You said with Jesse Mendez in that moment, you have a split second to make a decision. A lot of guys might panic. He was able to raise his intensity and at the same time bring down his anxiety.
Yep, that's exactly it.
That's one of my favorite Jim Gibbons. That was a great observation because
sometimes
Bo Bartlett was right behind him.
Yeah, and then you get that moment and you go, oh, you know, what did I do? You kind of for a split second, you can get down on yourself, but you didn't see any of that. There's another takedown there for Mendez. And this is a tough situation for Hermes again, and we're talking about his national finals match, and but that was just an excellent performance. So that's the thing, that when you're really locked in and trying to win a national title, that you glide through those tough moments on your journey there, that the things that could happen in the quarters, the semis, and in that instance in the national finals against a great opponent.
Mendez up 6-2, the 2-time All-American. Back in with a single leg.
Green, that's 3.
Changes levels and finishes 9-2 with 45 seconds to go in the first. He lost to Bo Bartlett in the dual meets. He beat the Nittany Lion to claim the Big Ten title with a late takedown. And then he beat Bartlett in the national finals to claim his first title. Last March in Kansas City. Good start for Rutgers. Peterson and Shawver with decisions. 6-0 Scarlet Knights. Mendez was 30-2 last season.
Head center.
His other loss was to Cole Matthews of Pitts, who's now in the Big Ten as an assistant coach under Alex Clemson at Maryland. The 2-0 Maryland Terrapins in the Big Ten. What a road trip. Came to Michigan, beat the Wolverines on Friday, and today followed that up with a win in East Lansing. Good breakdown there from Mendez. Takes riding time over 50 seconds. He'll look to finish this period on top and maybe score some near fall as well.
No ball and chain action right there. Count of 3.
3 takedowns and a turn for Mendez.
Here's the third takedown right there. Just a straight-on shot. You know, when he gets under your leg right there, you know, just shooting. And you say his ball and chain look right here, rolling it forward. Looks a lot like Sammy Sasso there, what he was able to do. Look at him work on that left ankle right there, just trying to go ahead and get the guy to collapse in that situation to make it easier to turn the shoulders.
Mendez picking up his second Cliff Keen Invitational title this season.
Wrestle center.
That appears to be the rarest of all calls, the scoring calls in wrestling anymore, is the three-point near fall. 3 swipes, you know, you can get 2, 3, or 4. And that's got 3 to extend his lead to 10 points. Now 11 points here.
I mean, Jesse Mendez wrestles with purpose.
Yeah,
doesn't back down. I mean, he likes a good fight. He is physical.
And like, see, with not just settling in those over and under positions, basically stuffing the elbow right there. So he has an underhook on the side that he likes, and he's pushing that elbow down to give him a slight angle. And his desire to basically go after and hunt legs and drive forward.
And you know what I like about Mendez, Jim?
14 points, isn't it?
His brain, his mentality between his ears. Bench presses about 350. He's the most confident guy in NCAA wrestling. Maybe right there with Storaci. It'd be those two for me, and maybe Gable Steveson. But he's one of those guys.
There's a lot of confident guys. So, yeah, but how many more guys? All right, I can name about how many more, maybe.
I'll put those 3 that I just mentioned. I'll go with those 3.
Yeah.
Storaci, Mendez, and Gable Steveson.
You take a look at his arm length right now. You see he's got a cradle locked up there, and he's got that grip. And
keep wrestling here, man.
Tough in the top position. I mean, tough to turn it with that ankle being tied up right there. Now he's got it locked up pretty well.
Final 20 seconds. Mendez working on a tech fall. He's got 7 this season.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to actually, it's a really good job by Hermie staying out of that, staying off his back.
Next Sunday, stream wrestling live on Big Ten Plus when these Scarlet Knights take on Wisconsin and the Buckeyes battle Purdue in a top 25 duel. Don't miss any of the excitement. Subscribe right now at BigTenPlus.com. You know what I'm doing tonight, Jim, after this? Going back and watching Big Ten Plus, catching up on some of the action today. I want to watch that Maryland and Michigan State match, Iowa, Wisconsin, the Hawkeyes shutting out the Badgers in Madison earlier today. Mendez goes on bottom. The U20 World Silver Medalist in 2023, Jesse Mendez, and he's got the tech fall. He has now won 29 straight, his 8th tech fall of the season, improving to 18-0. The reigning national champion, Jesse Mendez. £149, the first meeting between Andrew Clark of Rutgers and Dylan D'Amelio of Ohio State. D'Amelio in his 2nd season at 149, spent his first 4 at 141. There you see Andrew Clark in his 5th year out of Collingswood, New Jersey. 16-7 on the season. Clark was 4th at the Midlands, 4-2 in that tournament. And had a nice win, a major decision against Indiana. He's 1-0 in the Big Ten. 6-5, Rutgers with the lead. Dylan D'Amelio, Jim, one of those guys. He's had a phenomenal career, an All-American a couple of years ago. Multiple-time national qualifier, just a gritty guy.
Yeah, just steady guy, the guy that you have in your program here that you just want to, you know, you root for here, does a lot of positive things there, and now up at 149, situation for him. Wrestling another senior.
D'Amelio in 2023 placed 8th to earn All-American status. Last year as a 14 seed was 3-2. Fell to Iowa State's Casey Swiderski in that blood round. From Curtis, Ohio, a 4-time state champion at Genoa High School. for the Comets, also a Fargo champion.
Comes his swing. Come on, Russell. Get your feet moving. Both sides.
Andrew Clark last season injured in early January, missed the rest of the season. He was down at 149 last season.
Andrew Clark of Rutgers.
Clark, an NCAA qualifier in 2023 when he tallied 20 wins, up at 157.
Their shot attempt there by Clark. See, works off a 2-on-1, drops back into a shot, kind of a straight-on thing. You can tell that D'Amelio could feel him coming into that shot. But you mentioned, you know, D'Amelio's been one of those guys that has won in the round of 12 and has lost in the round of 12, and it's one of those.
No in between on those feelings.
It's just the high highs and the low lows, and sometimes when you're watching the national tournament, you're focused on Friday night about what's happening in the semifinal rounds. But you know, on those outside matches, you got those round of 12 matches that that do determine whether you're going to become an All-American or not. And sometimes you see some of the best celebrations of the guys that win in that round of the consolation. So on Friday night,
between the blood round and the semifinals, it's college wrestling's greatest night.
Wrestle here.
D'Amelio was hit with stalling. And now Clark hit with a stall call, so both guys have been hit with stalling. 60 seconds left in this first period.
I got a stall on each of you guys. Let's go. Set.
Another even matchup with D'Amelio and Clark, both guys ranked.
yeah, you can see this. You know, both guys, Shane, is that they
wrestle out of it.
It's just hard to wrestle a guy when they get into a tie-up here. You can see what you see right now, which is blocking off with the top of your head on the shoulder right there. That's really a, you know, if you don't do anything off of that position, I just think that's maybe could be another, and you give up ground in there, that'd be another reason to call another stall call right there, you know. But you see it way too often where these guys get squared up like this, you know, ear to ear, and but one guy's usually trying to jack the other guy up. And Clark cuts the corner. It's
neutral.
Inside of 10 seconds, D'Amelio a little bit extended underneath.
Hanging out for dear life right there.
No score. D'Amelio with the choice. The Buckeye will go on bottom.
It's a good shot by D'Amelio, and a great reaction there by Clark. He cut the corner on him pretty well.
Put his contact back in. Gives the contact to head coach Scott Goodale. Jogs back to the center. D'Amelio with a nice win jam on Friday. Buchanan Webster. Sensational redshirt freshman for the Fighting Illini. D'Amelio shutting him out 2-0. There's a quick stand-up.
He had the fingers covered there for a little bit. They kind of came off of that. Expect a little roll-through action right there. Good job by Clark following that. Good tight waist. He's trying to gather up that arm. Now he comes over to a claw ride on the opposite side.
D'Amelio trying to work back up. Riding time nearing 30 seconds. Slides a leg in.
Keep working, man.
Good man awareness, keeping that toe inside the cylinder and out of bounds.
Yeah. 31 seconds of riding time right now. Again, in these tight matches, you just don't want to give anything away. You've already determined in the first 3 minutes of wrestling, it's a little difficult to get a takedown. So look at that determination there by D'Amelio. He's coming out quick. Right there, good explosion, cover the fingers, get your feet moving now.
Improve it.
And again, both guys have been hit with stalling. Keep that in mind. And there's the escape by D'Amelio.
Neutral.
Now, who's going to follow that up with a takedown attempt?
1 minute remaining.
So both guys a little bit further away. So you see the tops of their foreheads right now. They're going forehead to forehead right now. They're both looking for
Work out of the
offense.
hands.
Free legs, come on. Come on. To his legs.
45, 45.
45.
40 seconds, second period.
Yes. Use your motion. Watch the dives. Inside, inside.
Both guys heavy on the head.
Nice job of clearing, coming back to both sides. Now drops back in, post up, into a double leg there. Good job with the double unders there by Clark to keep him off the shot.
Keep working, man. Let's wrestle here.
Clark will have choice in the third period.
Wrestle through it. Short time.
In the final seconds, D'Amelio was close to scoring.
Did you have it? Hey.
The officials having a conversation. And they scored it, a takedown for D'Amelio.
Now, I think Jaron Quincy's going to look at this. But he scored it a takedown first, okay? So they had a conversation. Again, this isn't the look that the officials have right here, but a great job on this little drag action there by D'Amelio. And right there, did he get behind the arms? He scooped the leg up. He's down on his shoulders, so and his foot's clearly inbound, so being inbounds is not the decision. It's whether enough time was left on the clock. It's really close.
Talk about the short time scoring all the time. That would be a huge takedown if it stands for D'Amelio. Tom Ryan, an All-American as an athlete for Dan Gable at Iowa. Another glance at this. Great work there from D'Amelio on that short drag. But did time run out? That's the question.
Yeah, it's just really difficult because I don't have a good look at whether he was over the top of that leg. And you can see the right hand of Clark. Watch the right hand kind of disappear and go underneath and attack the leg of Clark. Gosh, that might be the left hand. I don't know. Wow. So if he had his right hand across there, but then going across with the left hand, I don't think he...
They are going to take the takedown off the board.
After review, the call on the mat is reversed. There was no takedown. We're neutral.
You know, when I saw a hand over there across the leg, I said, well, he can't do that because he would have been able to jump in on a single leg. But that was the opposite hand, and that would actually make you weaker in that position. They ran out of time anyway, so just as well.
So both guys get a couple-minute break as Clark goes on bottom looking to score the escape and tied at 1.
Improve it. 1 is
1-1.
Well, Clark has an opportunity right now. He's been able to go ahead and stay in this match. There's a little bit of riding time right there. You know, you got a little bit of a blow there with the officials call it in the review. And so what is your go-to takedown at this moment here? You got a lot of experience, and he jumps in on a shot right there, but not a lot of penetration. And here we are in short offense situation here for D'Amelio.
Keep working, man.
Got that underhook on the right side.
So you see how he's harassing him with the left arm over there, maybe touching the knee. He wants him to spread out, so he wants to whip over off of that. So, you know,
let's work here.
Clark not really falling for the cheese in the trap. And right here, oh, almost dropped back in on the ankle.
Action, he's working in center here.
Coming up next, two-time Big Ten champion Sammy Sasso. I think the best story of this college wrestling season.
Just a fantastic personality, guy that's had a tremendous amount of success and coming back from the worst of adversity.
Down to 40 seconds.
All right,
Half shot there from Clark.
I like the aggressiveness of D'Amelio in these situations. Now working the double underhook is Clark. Again, both guys have been warned for stalling. If you kind of just pushed him off the mat right here, you might get the call.
Shot from the double underhook position, and now here's D'Amelio on the edge inside of 20 seconds.
Neutral. We're neutral, man.
Clark
Keep
trying
working.
to crunch him up.
Yeah, he's got to keeps his chest to that lower back right
Danger,
there.
red, one.
Yeah, just a one count right there.
No, danger, you're out.
And this match is going to sudden victory. Here at 149, you heard Andrew Clark in that neutral danger position, but just a one count. Both guys have been hit with stalling.
Yeah, both guys have been hit for stalling, but such an opportunity for Clark here. This would be a huge win in his career. D'Amelio, you can see where he's just had a little bit of frustration dealing with the length of Clark. Wants to get right back in on that shot that you saw at the edge of the mat.
Here we go, man. Let's go. I got a stall on each of you, okay? Set.
Next point wins.
You know, who's the guy that hits the offense? Right there's a nice looking little single leg shot right there. He's got it elbow deep. Up on his ankles right there, basically coming back through. Now it's a roll through or kind of switch off that you see he's digging the right heel in there. Now a roll through again, trying to split the legs.
Both guys with the ankles tied up.
Keep wrestling.
And you know, one of the things you don't want to do is you're willing to go ahead and just stay in these positions. If you make too much of a move, there's D'Amelio basically coming up. He's got a little bit of elevation, but a nice reaction by Clark. Back in on the single leg where he started.
Shin whizzer there from D'Amelio.
Oh, drives back in on the double leg shot. Fought off well by Clark. These guys are wrestling hard.
Good action here in this sudden victory. 60 seconds to go. Clark likes to work off those underhooks.
Who will be the first guy to get to his shot?
Another shot there by the Scarlet Knight Clark.
Carrying a lot of those hips right there, now trying to come across.
How does he finish there, Jim?
He's got to try to keep his head up. He's got to shelf that leg if he can and come up. Right there, he's trying to come up right there. He's got D'Amelio kind of buckled over, but D'Amelio's just doing a nice job of keeping his feet out wide, keeping enough coverage over the head, so it's really difficult for Clark to work here, but he's literally giving it all he has right now. Scooping the bottom leg. Can he get to the far ankle?
Inside of 20 seconds.
Neutral. Right
Still
here.
no points. D'Amelio fighting the hands underneath. Final seconds in this sudden victory. Clark goes for that opposite ankle, but the flexibility, great defense from D'Amelio.
Wow.
Let's do some more wrestling here. We'll go to the tiebreakers.
I was asking the question, who's going to go for it? And Clark gave it everything he had in that minute. Look at that. Advantage D'Amelio right now because he didn't have to work as hard as Clark did in that position.
So D'Amelio will go underneath in the first of the 2 30-second tiebreakers.
Man, I tell you, you go through an exercise like that if you're Clark. I got to admit, you got to be a little bit winded. Now he jumps right back into that claw ride. Going to try to roll him back. Now he's going to be thinking about mat return, and D'Amelio does a nice job of getting to his feet, making the turn in.
Quick escape.
And then, again, you can clearly see where Clark's just really trying to gather himself right now. D'Amelio really has to take advantage of this if he can.
So Clark will go on bottom, and he's got 9 seconds to escape.
Bottom.
See the Rutgers corner right there in the middle is Mikey Labriola. On staff now under Scott Goodale, the All-American from Nebraska.
Get set, Red. Hold there. Now Grease.
Claw right off the whistle from D'Amelio. There's a roll from Clark. Good anticipation by the Buckeye.
He's got the time broke, drops in on the leg here. Good finish with the bottom leg turn.
This was a battle. Ohio State fans to their feet. making some noise here inside the Covelli Center. 2-1 for the All-American Dylan D'Amelio.
Both guys, Shane, gave it all right there. They just gave everything they had in the tank.
Mendez and D'Amelio back-to-back victories for Ohio State as the Buckeyes grab their first lead 8-6. D'Amelio, a hammer in that top position for 30 seconds.
Tell you what, he dropped it on the leg, brings the hips to the party here, scoops up that bottom leg turn. Right there, looks for the far wrist, and a great way to finish the match.
Big Russo back in that scarlet and gray singlet for Ohio State, the 4-time All-American, 2-time national finalist, 11-4 this season. And Connor Hare, just a true freshman out of Montgomery, Pennsylvania. Sasso from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Hare, a 3-time Pennsylvania state champion. He was 96-1 his last 2 years. And off to a solid start, 10-4, 8-2 in duels. He's 1-0 in the Big Ten. Beat Ryan Garvik of Indiana this past Friday, 4-2. Sasso began the season at 165. Just got done wrestling the Franklin and Marshall Open a couple of days ago. Lost to Jackson Arrington of NC State. No score, 30 seconds in.
Again, I haven't had much of a chance to watch Sammy wrestle this, so far this year, but he still has his skills and his flexibility, and particularly on with his defense and his counters. Really tough in the top position. How many times have we seen early in his career where he was able to win those tough matches, those gritty matches on the road in overtime and in the top position.
You and I were talking, I believe it was his redshirt freshman season. They were in Iowa City on a Friday and then Minneapolis on the Sunday. We call both those matches here on Big Ten Network. He beat Pat Lugo inside Carver and then beat Brayton Lee.
Yeah, Pat Lugo was the #1 seed in 2020.
No score as we near the midway point, looking for a dump.
Neutral.
Right, jumping back to the ankle right there. Going to come back into
Peterson.
Peterson roll. Right?
No.
Can he go ahead and get his right leg out of that position? But you know
Look
what?
here. No. Danger red. One.
Yeah.
He's out. No.
Sasso looking to put Hare in danger.
Well, you know what? He's got to pass 90 right there.
Danger red. One. Green.
There you go.
3 takedown for Sammy Sasso, and maybe some near fall for the Buckeye.
Yeah. Just a beautiful finish on that.
So Sasso unable to score any near fall from that position. Stays 3-0 as the challenge break comes in from Tom Ryan.
He may be thinking about backwards right there.
There on the left, you see Logan Stieber, 4-time NCAA champion at Ohio State. So they are looking for the near fall, as you mentioned, Jim.
Yeah, I love this finish right here. So you can notice that okay, right there, it comes back into that little Peterson roll situation. And then what makes that unique is he's got to try to get his, not going to worry about whether he gets his right leg out of that position, because you see the leg lace there by Hare, but he's really got the neutral danger really licked there because he's past 90 for quite some time, right? You see Jaron finally gives the points right there, but now does he have enough for the back points right there? I really kind of think he maybe have it. He's got a strong case for back points. Right,
another angle.
Better look at it here, but you can see right here at this situation, it's past neutral danger right there, which is 90 degrees, right? And he gives the points Okay, and about right here, that's potentially a 1 and a 2.
See Logan Stieber in the background. He wants the near fall.
Right there, no doubt.
Jay Jagger's there with the brick in his hand. Two-time national champion for the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Tom Ryan throws his hands in the air.
That's a good look.
They continue to look at the video monitor.
I'm wondering if they see, you know, they've got takedown, of course, that's why the 3's up on the board. But do you have enough for the back points right there?
Tom Ryan pleading his case.
Now he's actually going through the technique right there. He says he's got his pinch, you know. And Jaron's given him a lot of time here to state his case. He's on his back for at least 2 seconds. That's what he's saying.
You said it.
Review, the call on the mat stands. There's 3 takedowns, no near fall.
Tom was pleading his case, but to no avail. So a takedown and no near fall. 3-0.
Yeah.
Crowd not happy about it.
Hare doing a nice job as turning and working hard to get up there. Does good turn in.
Skate makes it 3-1. Hare just a true freshman. Inside of a half a minute. Sammy Sasso, NCAA finalist in 2021, fell to Austin O'Connor of NC State. And then in 2023, lost to Yanni Diakomahalis. It's been a phenomenal career for Sammy Sasso.
Wrestle here.
3-1 to the second period. Sasso with the choice.
Green's odd, right?
Red. And Logan Stieber says go on bottom.
Choice. Red's bottom.
They pointed down.
Hare's choice.
His Hare's choice. Yeah.
Here we go.
Little thigh pride action right there, but now he steps up to the you know, I like this position to be able to hand fight. See how he's one leg up, one leg down. He can knee scoot if he wants to right now. And also steps back into it. Just a good job of being patient here by the freshman.
Wrestle here, still green.
Sasso remains in control, riding time over 45 seconds.
It's red, 1, escape.
And now the escape awarded 3-2.
Hare in on a shot right there. This is a position that Sasso has always been comfortable with. It goes right into that split leg there. Hurdler stance, and then now he's driving back in. That's a position that you know, he's kind of perfected here as far as his defense goes.
Set.
Looking good, kid.
Back in on the legs. Yeah, take it off. Good.
Sasso snapping down here. He's got a little reach.
Peel it off the rib.
Hare pinching the right elbow.
Yeah, right now looking to get that leg moved. If Hare takes that leg back, maybe he whips him over. Now he's coming back onto the wrist, right? Getting a little bit of a reaction, and Hare's not really kind of falling for that. He's just staying in a good position.
Sasso front headlock.
What do you do a lot of times when you're down in this position? You try to stay square up and see if the guy tries to go around too much but doesn't cover put enough weight on your head. You can just dive back in on a shot.
8-6, Ohio State with the lead. Good dual meets here in Columbus.
Stutter, left hand snap. Left hand elbow.
shot.
And so far, Hare's done a nice job in his front headlock position, and a little more commitment there by Sasso, but Hare
Sammy Sasso, of course, remember back in August of 2023, attempted carjacking. He was shot, spent over a month in the hospital, and what a scene this was on November 12th. Back inside the Cavelli Center, and then there he is in that singlets, first match with the injury.
It's just amazing he's really in
It
the
is
sport
amazing.
right now. Yeah.
Wide legs, wide legs.
I mean, you look at the laundry list of accolades
Keep working
that he
here.
has wrestling for Ohio State. Nothing compares to what he's been able to work his way through these past 15, 16 months.
Neutral.
Passes an ankle,
Yep.
makes the turn.
Good job coming back into it. But I tell you what, Harris, he's passing the test as far as a freshman going out there and competing.
It's crafty.
Yeah, but he's gutty too. Now he's rolled his head to the outside there. Can he go ahead and
Wrestle here, man. There's still tension. Neutral.
look at the stretch on the legs right there by Sasso. He's always been really good in this position, locking in the crotch right there, not giving the guy an opportunity and cutting the corner. Now he gets his head in weak position, kind of knocking Hare to his hips.
Hare hanging on to that right leg.
Notice how he put the knee on top of the shoulder there. When you do that to somebody who's hanging on your ankle right there, now he's going to look for the cradle. He's got the leg scooped.
Hare able to extend himself.
See the right knee on top of the shoulder right there. That's a technique that you use to get off of that low ankle ride. Let's take a look at that knee on the shoulder. When you go ahead, put that knee on the top of the shoulder right there, a hand fight, you almost broke it right there.
Down to 20 seconds. Sasso leading at 3-2.
Action here.
Sasso hitting that
on the
Peterson
edge,
roll for the
green.
takedown. Now he's hit for stalling. A couple of late shots there from Hare, but Sammy Sasso, the four-time All-American and two-time Big Ten champion, gets the decision for Ohio State here at 157. The Buckeyes extend their lead now, leading Rutgers 11-6. Fun first half.
Really was. Both schools sending guys out there to want to mix it up. Doing a great job on national TV. Especially this
Peterson
guy coming back here, Sammy Sasso. Look at the first half.
of freshmen in Andrew Barbosa and Ethan Burden. Ethan Burden from Dublin, Ohio. Dublin Kaufman High School was a four-time state placer, a two-time state champion. Also a football player in high school. And he's 9-4. 1-0 in Big Ten duels. He had a really impressive win this past Friday. Knocked off Braden Scholes 9-6 in Champaign. Andrew Barbosa from Riverside, California. Two-time California state medalist at Palm Desert. 4-3, was 2-2 at the Midlands. Couple of true freshmen, Jim.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting here. This guy's getting a chance to get some Big Ten dual meet experience. Been on the road trip.
This is Barbosa's first Big Ten dual meets. Mentioned Burden now 1-0 with the win on Friday to help lead Rutgers over Illinois. Rutgers 9-2 on the season. Ohio State 9-0. No score 60 seconds into this first period. Anthony White wrestled for Rutgers on Friday night. He fell to Tyler Lidlard 7-3. So Barbosa getting the call on this Sunday.
Right hand inside.
Rutgers got off to the quick starts. And then Jesse Mendez, the national champion, ignited Ohio State. When you are watching true freshmen, Jim, what are a couple of things you're paying special attention to?
Well, you know, it just sometimes, you know, guys that don't have the experience, I mean, just how'd their day go? You know, how did they, you know, what went into what got them to this point? Was it the best thing they thought? How was their weight cut? You know, how was their mental state here? What were they thinking about? Now you see Barbosa in on a shot, Shane, but he drops off of it. Looks like Bird's got a nice little shin wizard there going, and that makes himself heavy. All right.
I'm going to let you work here.
Barbosa back to his feet.
So getting back to that with, you know, having freshmen in the lineup, you know, how'd their day go? You know, what did they do to prepare themselves? And you're trying to get guys in to get some sort of a routine and just, you know, follow suit with some of the other upperclassmen, follow what they do, you know, how they eat, you know, the whole. And sometimes you can warm up too much, you can warm up too little, you can go ahead but you're looking to see that they get into a good flow, right, with their bodies so they can go out. So a lot of it's just that they're just not used to the reps of getting ready for competition.
And with true freshmen, they get 5 dates, and they can maintain their red shirts. Short time in this first period.
Nice job by both guys right there, looking for some offense at the end of the period. Here, both coaches, particularly Coach Goodale there, you can see him talking to his guy. He wants some offense.
Rutgers has never beaten Ohio State in a dual meet. 12th meeting between the two programs. Burden with the choice.
Bottom.
Buckeye will go underneath.
Face the other way, Green.
Who's the most impressive true freshman that you coached? Anybody stand out?
Red, you're going to come on head center and hold for me.
To be honest with you, I tried to redshirt as many of them as I possibly could. So, you know, if they were to come into our program, we tried, back then anyway, you tried to redshirt your really, you know, your good guys. So I'd like to have just a year of the program with them. But didn't really give you a good answer, but the guy's probably 50 years old now anyway. So.
Now one Green.
Escape there by Burton. The Buckeye leads it 1-0. It is amazing, and times have changed. These true freshmen are so good coming out of high school, and they have success quickly in comparison to 20, 30 years ago. Anyways.
Yeah, I would say this is that you've got the access to, you know, technology
yes,
to be able to go ahead and see things like this. We didn't have, you know, the Big Ten meets. We had, the only thing we basically had back in the day was Iowa Public Television, you know, doing the meets here between Iowa and Iowa State, UNI. And those meets out there still exist, but I would say the things that the young people get exposed to, the clubs. So if you really want to dedicate yourself to the sport, which several of these young people really have, they've made decisions that they want to be at a high level of this sport for a long time, and they're doing the things, they're putting the time in to be able to do it. And they come in here almost, you know, 90, 95% prepared to, you know, have success.
Active fakes. Motion.
You know, we're in an era right now in the sport where, you know, with what happened with COVID and the frequency that the guys can redshirt with the Olympic red shirts, gray shirting that's going on with the regular red shirt. You've got guys that are up there in years, but these freshmen, we're starting to see these freshmen and young underclassmen here are coming in there and actually being competitive with these people right away. And I think that's going to continue to be the trend.
Short time, I'm going to let you work, man.
Ethan Burden was 3rd at the Clarion Open, 7th at the Midlands. The Big Show delivers highlights, post-game interviews, and complete analysis tonight at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. So Barbosa now goes on bottom, trailing at 1-0. Coach Goodale told me that with Barbosa from Riverside, California, he said he's calm, laid back. He brings some of that California attitude to Jersey.
Yeah, mentioned Riverside, California. My thoughts go to the Kistler brothers. You know, all 4 of them were All-Americans from wrestled at Arizona State and UCLA and the University of Iowa.
Hey, keep working that hay.
1-1, riding time and on factor. Straight on shot there from Barbosa.
Right there, you want to get off your shoelaces right there. You know, he sat there and waited for Burton to turn the corner on him right there. He didn't have like a second move in on that shot. Now he's going to, if he loses his shoulder, you want that shoulder on the inside part of the leg, but he's bailed out by a stalemate call. So he got there, but didn't really have anything when he didn't have any power when he was there because his laces were flat.
Penetrate.
Start your sprint.
Andrew Barbosa and Rutgers trying to stop Ohio State's momentum. The Buckeyes have won the last 3 to take the 11-6 lead. Down to 60 seconds in a 1-1 match.
I expect these guys to pick up the pace right now. Who wants to win this match? You can see that elbow tie right there on the right side, a little misdirection. Almost looked like he was looking for a duck under off that elbow tie. It was Barbosa, Rutgers. You know, Ethan Burden's due a shot right now. Where's his? He likes to work off the wrist. He's keeping Barbosa out in space there with that straight arm, spending a lot of time on that left hand collar. There's that duck under I was looking for.
Penetrate.
Out of him.
15.
Ten seconds from sudden victory.
Yeah, both guys have been kind of, you mentioned the California laid back, but both guys have really kind of been laid back in this match and haven't really committed to a shot.
Guys, I've got no stalls. Let's work, though.
No stalls yet.
Shot. Out of him.
Both guys with an escape.
Line one.
Barbosa looking for that underhook. Now goes double unders, trying to jack Burden up in his stance as Burden circles back in.
Yeah, I really think that this was, if this match right here, the way it's being wrestled was in the first 5 matches, the way that was officiated, you know, you'd see more, you know, stalling calls right now. It just, sometimes that happens in matches, you know, you get a 10-minute break and 2 guys that don't come out there and really get after it real strong. It's tough for the official to go ahead and, you know, he wants to create action. He also doesn't want to be involved in it, you know, to actually decide it. So, tough situation to be in.
Down to 50 seconds here in this sudden victory. Just a lot of hand fighting.
Just no commitment. And one of the reasons for that is that when these guys do get in their ties right there, their feet freeze. You know, there's a little shuck right there into a single leg.
Good opportunity here for Barbosa.
Yeah.
Has a half minute to work with.
Yeah, and he's trying to work it with the ankles. It's so difficult to keep a hold of an ankle here with your grip. That's why you try to get elbow deep. It looks like he had it there for a while, but
Out of that grip.
The balance of Burden, you know, it kept him at bay, kind of pushed him away with both hands. But, you know, I would reward that, all right, as far as, you know, call stalling or in that situation. There's really not much separating these 2 guys right now. If a guy makes an attempt like that, I'd reward him.
See Tom Ryan saying keep him down. So Barbosa goes on bottom. Riding time is clear. There's a quick roll from the Scarlet Knight. Nice job there by Burden. He stays behind. Now drops to a single.
2. He's up.
And he has not been hit for stalling, Jim.
No.
Controls green.
Let's see where Burden is elbow deep on that leg that's up, and he's able to go ahead and come up.
He's out. Is he locked down there?
So 18 seconds of riding time. This is great for Burden.
Red's bottom. Get set. On green.
Yep. Jump the gun. But like you, Shane.
I like that.
Yep.
Especially in this situation.
Not wasting those cautions.
12-2 on the clock.
Get that edge. Adjust the clock. Got the thumbs up.
You good?
Making an adjustment to riding time as well.
And what Barbosa wasn't prepared for in that situation was with Burden basically following here and jumping back in on the leg. That situation there, now jumping back in. He's got to be careful here. Gets the escape.
Gets the escape with a second remaining. So Burden with 29 seconds of riding time.
28, 27 or 28.
Going to make the adjustment to 27 or 28 seconds. And again, every single second matters. And you look at Coach Scott Goodale basically saying you got to keep him down for the win.
Right, and I think, you know, you can take a stall warning right now, right? There's been no stall warnings issued in this match, and so if you're in the top position, you go ahead and
on easy, Red.
lock on something low pretty easily
Second
there.
caution's green.
Now there's the second caution on Burden.
Second one, okay?
Take it back to 30 seconds.
Give me a pause, guys, all right? We're going to reset the clock here. 30 and 28.
Burden with 28 seconds of riding time.
You're set.
You
Hold
definitely,
there, green on, or red on easy.
if you're Barbosa, you definitely want to be the guy that dives back in on the legs. Good mat return, find a wrist. He breaks back to that claw ride. You see that Bird is fighting that claw. Now he's got a little separation. Can he get his hips out?
We're down to 15 seconds.
Right, drops it on the leg. Again, you keep a hold of this.
There's a stall called the first.
And at this stage,
Barbosa.
Out, green's bottom.
Andrew Barbosa.
1 second, he'll keep him down.
He'll win the match. You see the disappointment from Tom
You're
Ryan
set.
at Ohio
Set.
State. We saw it with Dylan DeMilio
Off
at
easy.
149.
Caution's red.
Same situation. He was able to ride Andrew Clark. It
You
got
gotta
the
start
win.
On the elbow, okay? Get set. Set. On easy, elbow.
2-1 for Andrew Barbosa. His first Big Ten dual meet victory. And here at 165 with that win, Rutgers pulls to within 2. They trail at 11-9. A lot of great action around the nation's premier wrestling conference this weekend. Maryland goes to Michigan. They beat the Wolverines on Friday nights. They beat Michigan State today. The Terrapins 2-0 in the Big Ten. Penn State 6 falls to beat Michigan State 55-0. Didn't give up a takedown. Nebraska, congratulations to head coach Mark Manning. His 300th dual meet victory as head coach there in Lincoln as they beat Minnesota. Pair of All-Americans here at 174 with Jackson Turley and Carson Harchla. Harchla in his 6th year out of Powell, Ohio. Olentangy Liberty, where he won a couple of state titles. Fargo champion. And there is Jackson Turley in his 6th year from Chester, Virginia. 4-time Virginia State champion. Won the national prep title in 2019 at St. Christopher's. Got ourselves a scrap here, Jim.
We really do. I mean, you saw that Rutgers bench erupt out there, you know, after that big win at 57 by Barbosa.
Both teams have won 3 matches.
So, I like the tights look. Every now and then that works, you know.
Harchla, an All-American, battles some injuries during his time in Columbus. Was down at 165. Last season off to a good start. He was 12-3, and then on December 10th against Pitt, we had that match on the Big Ten Network. He was injured, and then ended his season.
He's a skilled He's got really good skills, does a nice job right there. Dropping in the leg, now drops down to a low single, comes out the back door, trying to free his ankle up here. That's
neutral.
And he's got Turley in trouble. Turley fortunate to just give up the takedown and no near fall.
Yeah, it was an excellent sequence on that finish. Basically dropped into a kind of almost a fireman's carry look. When he knocked him down to his hip, got to the low ankle, then finished by really coming really hard on that, pinching that tricep there. Almost held Turley on his back.
Hartschlaw in 2022, his best season in Columbus, 25 wins, 7th at the national tournaments. Year following in 2023, reached the round of 12. He's 5-0 this season. Beat Danny Bronigal of Illinois 11-5.
Get one more here, Carson. Whenever you're ready.
Shot there by Turley. Great reaction from Hartschlaw.
Said that right there, Shane. You notice how he dropped his hips on him here, really tried to get the corner. Kept his feet moving. Turley hanging on that elbow pretty hard right there.
Wrestle through it.
Trying to get a little bit better angle, just kind of maybe whipping him over there with that.
Stalemate, neutral.
Jackson Turley, 3-time NCAA qualifier. He was an All-American back in 2021. He was the 26th seed, lost his first round match, and then made it happen on the backside, winning 4 straight to become an All-American. He's had some injuries as well. Missed the season in 2022 due to injury. So both these guys, Jim, they've had to persevere.
They really have. And you know, Hartschlaw was down at 57. He was competitive there. He's competitive at 65. But to tell you what, you know, he's short, he's compact, but he's explosive.
10 seconds.
Don't relax, kid.
Turley last year was 16-8, 4th at the Big Tens, 1-2 in Kansas City as the 16th seed. Hartschlaw leading at 3-1 with a takedown.
Right here, so he grabs that elbow, immediately goes into it, and then drops down below the knee at this stage. Now he doesn't have that far elbow right there, so he takes it right there. Now he pops his head out. Pops his head out, brings the head across the body right there, goes right into the grip right there, grabbing the backhand of the wrist right there, actually below the wrist there, to grab control. I like that technique.
Turley with the escape to pull to within 1. Turley pinning Derek Gilcher of Indiana
Take down red.
on Friday nights. And the Scarlet Knight finished 5th at the Midlands, 11-4 on the season. Turley 7-2 in dual meets. He's down by 1, 30 seconds into the second period.
You know, I'm watching the hands of Hartschlaw. He's posting out right there on the top of the head, comes to the collar. If he doesn't like something, he immediately gets out of it, rolls out of it. Right here, see his right wrist is tied up, so now he brings that arm down, rolls it out, but he just doesn't roll it out by standing out in front. He goes and runs and gets a little bit of a quick angle. So if there's that leg stays behind, he goes ahead and snatches the leg.
Have you seen an opening that maybe Turley could take advantage of?
Well, he's got the elbow tie right there, right? Can he get a scramble situation here? Possibly, but I like what Hartschlaw's doing there, settling on one leg. Okay, he's going to try to create some hip separation.
Turley tries to roll him through. Now able to tie up the ankle.
But notice how he gets up on his left hand right there, keeps his head up. It's enough, you know, if he would have stayed with his shoulder on the mat and just tried to hug onto the leg, he wouldn't have had near the leverage. But he posts that hand, gets his head up, keeps that leg tight, gets himself a stalemate. Which really kind of maybe sometimes what's the best you can do in that situation. You just punt and move on.
15 in the go, solid here.
You've said that over the years. Sometimes it's okay to punt.
Yeah, it's okay to punt.
Certainly
right
trying
there.
to suck up a single leg, but those hips from Hartschlaw.
And quick feet. Yeah, it just... Hartschlaw didn't score in that opportunity, but you take a look at his footwork. It's been pretty impressive. His scrambles.
6 national titles between Jay Jaggers and Logan Stever. Assistant coaches under Tom Ryan. And we are neutral in a 1-point match. Harchla and Turley here at 174.
Hey, keep your good position here.
You can hear the Ohio State bench talking about keeping good position here. So it starts with that hand on the forehead. It's not on the face, right? Rolls back out of that. And right when
offense, man, let's go.
Basically Turley goes to that wrist right there, you can see Harchla basically will roll it out and get to a quick angle on his shot. Right there. Rolling back through, gets his head up.
Neutral. Turley still got the leg.
Yeah. And that's the knee that you don't want him to work too hard in that position, because this is a situation where
we're not going anywhere. Stalemate. Neutral.
As a coach, you're looking at that knee and go, hey, well, this wasn't worth it, right? Just go ahead, get the stalemate, get back in a position where you can finish with a clean finish.
Bo Jordan there on your left. Multiple-time All-American.
Find a way, get him moving. It's gonna be swim.
60 seconds left here in this third period.
It's super duck swim. No reaching. No reaching.
My friends, keep me honest, Jim. I believe I said that Austin O'Connor was from North Carolina State. Of course, he's from North Carolina. I mentioned that during the Sasso match. Want to make that correction.
Oh, diving in on a shot right there. Now Harchla down low. Turley coming back over the top. Now he's going to lock. But he knows that he just can't just lock on and hope for the stalemate here. He's going to look to try to score. Again, Harchla elbow deep on those ankles and keep your head up when you can. Right there. All right. Wow. That was an opportunity for Turley to score right there on the scramble. Good match.
Carson Harchla and the Buckeyes get the win here at 174. Harchla remains undefeated on the season, now 6-0, and picks up his second Big Ten dual meet victory of the weekend.
He's looking good at this weight class. I mean, it's a tough body style to break through, and his quickness and explosiveness is going to be a lot of trouble for people in this weight class.
Harchla with the decision. Now 14-9. Scott Goodale at Rutgers came to compete. John Poznansky, Ohio State. Jim Ryder-Rogotsky this season. Of course, a pinning machine. Last season, rather, 16 falls. 16.
He caught a lot of guys on their back.
Cartagena Walsh, a redshirt freshman from Ocean Township, New Jersey. New Jersey State place winner, 16-5 on the season. Had a really nice win, a third period takedown to beat DJ Washington 3-2 this past Friday night. Looking for a second Big Ten dual meet victory of the weekend. Underhook there on the right side, but Rogotsky, he loves these positions.
Likes to throw. What was that match that we did last year at the Michigan match? Big,
Michigan, Ohio State in the Cavelli Center. That was a great duel meet. Came down to Nick Feldman and Lucas Davison. Feldman got the win.
Rogotsky, an exciting match, that one.
Get it, Shane. Run to it. Yes, finish it.
Nice job of running to the corner right there. But look at the Cartagena Walsh is almost was all the way there, but great job when basically Cartagena Walsh was trying to dive up. You saw that Rogotsky was able to turn his hips and almost score on him. Good
Cartagena Walsh placing at the Princeton Open and the Black Knight Invites. Made the Midlands Finals. Fell to Reese Heller of Pitt 9-6. As Rogotsky moves Cartagena Walsh off the mats, but it's going to be Rogotsky getting the stall call.
You can't mirror him out.
Not allowing
You can't mirror him out. Set.
Cartagena Walsh to work back into the mat.
Well, that is the rule. But, you know, if you're going to wrestle that way the whole time, I think you're going to live with that. Rutgers really working with the over-under lock right there. Now he switches off into a head snap right there. Again, Cartagena-Walsh, that position I was talking about before, when you block with the top of your head or throw your rear end about like that, you know. So, yeah, I guess if they were going off the mat, you'd call him Rutgers for stalling it. But in that position here, referee Jared Quincy evened it up really quickly.
Each guy with a stall call. Rutgers back in 2021 was a cadet Greco World Team member, and recently a U20 Greco World Team member.
Keep pulling, post. Look for your leg attack.
No score. Final 50 ticks here in this opening frame.
Both guys have kind of settled down there. Those ear-to-ear positions there with elbow ties.
Rutgers from Lakeland, Minnesota, state champion at Stillwater Area High School, looking to finish is Cartagena-Walsh. Solid job there with that whizzer as Rutgers able to square up.
Yeah, did a nice job of squaring up and kind of sliding back down. It looked like Cartagena-Walsh was going to go ahead and kind of get a good quick angle, be able to finish that, but now they've kind of frozen again.
Short time here, guys. Let's work.
10 seconds. 5.
0-0 after 3 minutes.
Says bottom.
Rutgers picks bottom. Rutgers' brother Roman wrestles at Indiana.
Red on easy. Head in the center.
Probably some good scraps in the living room there between those two.
Green escape.
And that quick escape, and then with a good attack.
Yeah, I like the forward pressure that Rutgers puts on. He doesn't like to get slowed down. He's working back up, and that's going to create opportunities here for Cartagena-Walsh, and we've already seen him get in on 2 shots. I think that he's had a great period there, the first period. In a good position in this match, and you got a guy coming at you really hard like that. You can get to your shots, but you got to be looking for him and not worried so much about the tie. Right there.
Rutgers, the NCAA qualifier, won 20 matches last season. As I said, 16 falls, 5th at the Big Ten tournaments. Was the 18 seed at Nationals and went 1-2. Able to get his hips back, and now Rutgers working a front headlock. Over-under position. Hands are locked.
He's chasing him around here. Get some territory.
Offense, man.
This is where you need your crowd to get involved.
Both guys have been hit with stalling once. 45 seconds, second period.
Rutgers clearly was the aggressor there for a while, but he doesn't like the position. Now he drops in on the leg, comes back up and hits that underhook, that right-handed underhook, and you don't want to push him off and get that call, but he did just, and he kind of laid off a little bit and allowed Cartagena-Walsh to kind of go off the mat, and he gets the stall call, collects a point.
So Rutgers now up 2-0. You could tell in that situation, he was aware of what was going on there. He couldn't push him off or he would have been hit. So as you said, makes a nice little adjustment there on the edge. He gets the stall call on the Scarlet Knight.
He didn't go full bore, you know, freight train, push him off. Nice job by Cartagena-Walsh. Gets
final seconds in this second period.
He just quite, you know, he doesn't quite get the angle, that second level of drive that you need with a better angle. He's doing a nice job of getting to the leg, but the finish is just not quite at the right angle. And Rutgers doing a good job of, Rutgers doing a nice job of squaring up, as you mentioned earlier.
Rutgers wrestled Edmund Ruth of Illinois this past Friday, fell 7-3. Rutgers 3-2 on the season, all dual meets for the Buckeye. 14-9, Ohio State's with the lead. Next up for Ohio State next Sunday, home against Purdue. And for Rutgers, next Sunday they are back in Piscataway to host Wisconsin.
Good job. Now there's the angle that you're looking for, and there's 3.
Cartagena Walsh with a takedown. He leads it 3-2 after picking neutral to begin the third. And now with the quick escape, we're 3-3.
Yeah, that's a nice job of getting to the leg. That actually worked to a snap down right there. Ran to a corner, got the angle that he needed to go ahead and finish the technique. And that's just exactly what we talked about here earlier. Wasn't getting the angle because Rogotsky was doing a nice job of squaring up. Now Rogotsky trying to get an angle off of his snap down.
Fake there from the Buckeye. Inside of 90 seconds. Go back to collar ties, ear to ear.
Get back your hands!
Here, Coach Goodale basically get back to your hands, get your hands moving again. Straight on shot there by Rogotsky. Measured pretty well, but can Cartagena Walsh see? He reaches and stops. What I mean by stop, he stopped moving his feet. He's stuck right there in that reach position.
Looking for the go behind. And it's another takedown. 6-3, his second takedown of the match.
And the difference was the footwork.
Now one green, escape, neutral.
Still 40 seconds left.
Fix that. Fix that. Got it? Neutral here. Set.
Touch and go there by Rogotsky. Drops in on the leg is Cartagena Walsh. Be a nice win. The Scarlet Knights right there, holding position.
Defends a couple shots. Circles back.
Look at that bench. Look at that.
Shane Cartagena Walsh, the redshirt freshman, a couple of takedowns. Fired up Rutgers corner as tack on 3 for the Scarlet Knights. And it's 14-12 with 2 matches to go.
Cartagena Walsh on that last takedown there, which just got his feet moving. You know, he kind of got stuck in a few positions earlier there, but you know, he did do the best job of getting to the legs right there, getting his feet moving and coming all the way around to the opposite side there to get the mat return.
Coming up after this, it is women's basketball. USC and Penn State. AJ Cannell and Tammy Blackburn will bring you that. John Posnanski for Rutgers and Seth Shoemate for Ohio State. Very similar records. Posnanski in his 5th year. 3-time national qualifier. He was an All-American as a true freshman. Back in 2021 when he placed 4th. He was 3rd at the Big Tens that season.
Well, what an opportunity here for the Scarlet Knights here with that win that they just got, and of course the nice win that they had at 65. You know, 14-12 team score right now, and you know, I would have to think that you'd be thinking bonus points here for Posnanski. An opportunity for him, leader on the team.
Yeah, those overtime snaps are good.
His 2nd season up at 197. Out of Colonia, New Jersey. Won a state title in 2020. 3-time place winner there in the Garden State. No score, 45 seconds in. That 4th place finish was the highest finisher for a freshman in program history. Beat Gabe Sollers of Indiana on Friday night 4-2. Pick up his 9th win of the season.
Nice job by Shoemate there, keeping Posnanski off of his ankle there, going hard with that underhook counter.
These guys met back in December of 2022 at the Cleveland State Open. Shoemate with the 7-6 decision. Midway through the first, 0-0. I think it's safe to say, Jim, a lot of happy Buckeye fans these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, nice job by Shoemate, and the scramble there for Poznansky. He's got a bit in trouble right now. I don't know if he got a takedown there.
No,
Nope.
neutral.
They are saying no takedown.
Yeah, they took it off. They waved it off. Yeah.
I believe that takedown was awarded, and then they wiped it off. You heard the communication between the two officials. So 0-0. Poznansky, Jim, it looked like for a second he might go to his back.
Yeah, he did a nice job of squirming out of that position, because
Keep working, men.
one more step and I think he would have been on his back, but good work. Something like that happens and the guy slows down in front of you. You just want to take a little, just exhale a little bit. Pressure situation here, 14-12 score, and you're wrestling somebody who's beaten you before, but you're the guy who's favored. You see Jaron and JR working pretty well here as officials there. Roll through, there was no control, still no control. And right at this point in time, you know, he went for the big move instead of necessarily swirling around and getting the takedown. They communicated to each other at that point. It was waved off. Good call.
Stay set. Green on. Head center. Hold
Poznansky
for
goes
me.
on bottom. Shoemate, a redshirt sophomore from Galion, Ohio. State champion at Dublin. Kaufman was also a Fargo All-American 6-in-a claw ride. He was third at the Clarion Open and 4-2 in Vegas. Gets Poznansky in the air. Now Poznansky gets the escape. Scarlet Knight 1-0. Seen a handful of really tightly contested matches in this duel.
Yeah, going back to the matches in overtime at 149, how close that was. 2-1 score, but there were plenty of scoring positions here. Nice job by Shoemate jumping in on the leg. Poznansky doing just enough to get out of that. Limped out of that single leg with Shoemate.
Nice win for Shoemate against Illinois. Beat Zach Bronigal 11-9. Looking to work off that underhook and throw by. Roll there for Poznansky. That was very similar to what we saw earlier, Jim.
I thought at that point, no, they're going to take a look at that.
Tom Ryan is livid.
Well, I can see why. He shrugged him by with that underhook, and they ended up in a quad pod situation where there was weight on the hands, but now they're, I don't know what the reaction time is there, but this will be a tough call. And he didn't call a takedown. So right now, underhook right there, totally committed to it. Catches Poznansky, now weight on the hands. And that, in a lot of situations, that might be enough to give, because there was weight on the hands. Poznansky did a good job of moving. So here, but you get reaction time. There's weight on the hands. He rolls through. Right. Is there enough to overturn the no call?
And this is an official's review. Big call. Shoemate's been close to scoring on a couple of occasions. But at the moment, he trails at 1-0.
After review, the call on the mat is confirmed. There is no takedown. There is not reaction time established. Neutral.
Basically what we said there. Tough to overturn if you're going to give the man reaction time. I tell you what, there was a short period of time there where you had a chance to coach your guy, and you got to tell Poznansky, quit trying to shoot through that underhook. You're going to end up on your back. Right there. He's got his right arm hung up there. And you can see where Shoemate really wants to follow through with that.
30 seconds remaining in the period.
Half a minute left in this second period.
Activate for 20. 20. The over collar's good to a pick. Go with it. It's 10 seconds. Good, guys.
Short man. Keep working.
Poznansky's escape gives him the 1-0 lead. Looking forward to this matchup at heavyweight, a pair of All-Americans. There's Nick Feldman from Ohio State. Man, did he step up on a couple of big stages a season ago, and there is Yaroslav Slavakovsky. Couldn't come down to the All-Americans at heavyweights. Deep breath there from Yaroslav.
Easy and old for me.
Well, Poznański's a guy who has a lot of skill in the top position, but can he go ahead and try to keep the weight on the hands of Shoemate to give his big man a chance to win the meet for him? Doing a nice job with that, spiral ride right there. Really heavy. Right now, the Shoemate have what it takes to go ahead and kind of push back into his man, but he gave up that near wrist. See that? Now he's cut back, got to his feet, makes a big turn, gets the escape.
Each guy with an escape. We're neutral, 1-1, with 1:15 left in the third.
Both guys right there at over and under. And Poznański's had a difficult time with that underhook. He shrugs it by one more time. He gets it this time.
And this time, Shoemate able to capitalize and puts 3 on the board. Third time was the charm for the Buckeyes, up 4-1.
That was just huge. He's been in that underhook position about 3 times, and with that time able to go ahead and score on Poznański.
Stay set. Average. On easy, head in the center.
And Shoemate, Jim, scoring on that last opportunity, but when he gets that underhook, I mean, he goes.
Yeah, he just totally commits to it.
And 1.
So the quick escape will keep Poznański in the match.
Looking for a takedown to basically grab a 1-point lead.
30 seconds remaining in the match. 30 seconds.
Inside a half a minute.
This time, Poznański had the underhook. Shoemate doing a good job of holding position in the center of the mat.
Clean up the grip.
Got one last shot at it. What does he have? Oh, he catches him on his rear. He gets the far ankle. But that not enough right there. They haven't called it.
Final seconds roll there from Shoemate.
Yes, 3.
And they give the 3 takedown. The takedown awarded. The question is, did it happen before time expired?
It looked like it to me. Look at this Rutgers.
Jim, how many times have we said it? Let's say it together. Dual meet wrestling. So John Poznański gets his arm raised. He's off the big stage to heavyweight with Ohio State and Cornell. He beat Luis Fernandez. And then in that match against the rival Wolverines, Feldman and the Buckeyes prevailed, with Feldman defeating Lucas Davison, who of course went on to become the national runner-up. Here we go. Winner take all here at heavyweights. Rutgers has never beaten Ohio State in a dual meet. Could this be their night?
Well, they got to beat one
Clean up the grip.
tough wrestler here, Nick Feldman. He's been in this situation before, as you mentioned.
Stalemate. Fingers, guys. Clean them up. Stay out of them,
Feldman
okay?
from Corryville, Pennsylvania, was a 3-time prep national champ at Melbourne Prep. 2022 Junior Dan Hodge Trophy winner. Off to a 10-1 start. He had an injury default to Wyatt Hendrickson of Oklahoma State. His lone blemish on his record. Slavakovsky's from Belarus. He prepped at Northfield Mount Hermon in Massachusetts. Began his career at Harvard before coming to Piscataway.
Out of them.
Nice job there by Feldman. He felt a little drive, and I think what makes him such an effective heavyweight wrestler is that he is able to go to his D's, Feldman is, and then he drives back up into the man. So, you know, he doesn't just wave at it, and there's power on the second half of this move, the second half of this finish there. He keeps his feet.
Slavakovsky was 4th in the Big Tens at Maryland, was a 13 seed at Nationals, placed 7th, beat Iowa State's Younger Bastida in the blood round 8-3 to secure his place on the podium. 15-14, Rutgers with the lead.
Yes, yes, more that! More that! Play both sides! Come on,
Collar
get your
tie by
hands going!
Slavakovsky. He's trying to work on that head. Got the goal. Was basically a double collar tie right there.
Just over 60 seconds in a scoreless first period. Feldman placed 5th at the national tournament as a 9 seed. Beat Colton Schultz of Arizona State to claim 5th place.
Good, steer him in here. Yes. 45!
Shot there from Feldman, neutralized by Slavakovsky.
Nice job of Slavakovsky getting out of that double leg shot. They're drifting over to his right, coming back in and pummeling into an underhook.
30 seconds remaining in the period. 30 seconds.
And he likes to have that double collar tie. We've seen that a few years ago. So the left-hand collar right there, totally comfortable switching it up. Neither guy has really, I mean, Slavakovsky has not made a shot right now that's significant. And I think a lot of that's just really difficult when you get Feldman who just moves his feet so well.
Feldman this season, 10-1, 8 bonus point victories, 7 tech falls for the Buckeye. Scoreless after 1 period. Rutgers trying to knock off Ohio State for the first time in program history. They tied them back in 1984. Slavakovsky, 3rd place
Set
at
and
the
stay there.
Midlands.
Easy on top. Hold for me. Head in the center. On now.
He lost to Jacob Bullock of Indiana at the Midlands, but then beat the Hoosier this past Friday night.
Great quick work there by Feldman, gets the quick escape.
Quick escapes are so big, 1-0 Feldman.
Yeah, these guys are getting interlocked with their fingers. You see the left arm, and if they get interlocked fingers like that, it's up to the official to basically warn them to clear them out of it.
An NCAA National Tournament qualifier last year and an All-American fifth. While taking runner-up
The Clarion Open champion Nick Feldman leading it 1-0.
Stay in. Faster hands. Speed it up. Speed it up. Touch and go.
What a great weekend of wrestling here on the Big Ten Network. This past Friday and Saturday, today. Back at it next week, Friday Night Wrestling. Doubleheader.
Oh,
Nice shot there from Feldman.
Good counter there by Slavakovsky right
Incredible.
there. Kept his feet moving, kept enough pressure on him, was able to create enough space to dig that left-handed underhook back in there for a counter. But that's what Feldman's going to have to do. He's going to have to look for those openings. And right now his vision's a little bit high, and they do a lot of finger clasping in here. That's really to the advantage, I think, of Slavakovsky. But I think both guys really are choosing to be in that. See how they're locked up again now? The right arm of Slavakovsky and left arm of Feldman.
seconds remaining. 30.
Your fakes.
Inside collar tie this
Out of the
time.
grip.
Slip it to your single.
See right there, see the hand being bent back there. Slavakovsky, I think, right there.
Yes, you're more. Yes.
You got to take that seriously because the guy consistently gets into it. It's really kind of a stalling maneuver.
Feldman with a really nice attack this period, but Slavakovsky able to stave off the takedown.
These guys are coming in open fingers like that. They're both doing it, so it's a really tough thing to call.
USC leading at 12-6. That game available on the Fox Sports app. Heading to Los Angeles right after this match.
That head's got to be in the center. You can't go over the top. It's got to be right in the center. of the
Caution
back.
on Feldman.
Set. Head and center now. One right escape. Equal.
Wrestlers are neutral.
Get down, get inside. Yes. Move him. Use your feet.
Taking a look at Feldman there. You take a little jab step there to get Slavakovsky to start moving a little bit. You know, it's just, again, once
Out of the grip.
both guys are wanting to be in there, and I think Jaron Quincy, the official, is doing a nice job of trying to get these guys out of that. He's got to maybe even stop the match and talk to him, because this is just inhibiting anybody from being able to score. It just both of them just go drift into it so quickly.
And you can see, Jim, I mean, at this stage of the game, these guys are slippery.
Yeah.
1:10 here in this third period. Feldman up to this point has had the most threatening leg attack. No stall calls.
Slavakovsky's got that inside collar. He's been effective with that. At least holding position. He really hasn't taken any shots at this point. Yeah.
Watch from Steve. He's touching you.
30 to go, man, offense.
Look for Feldman to come with his best shot right now. He's got his feet working. Slavakovsky comes out.
He's got both ankles. It's 3 takedown for Feldman. Scoring off the shot from Slavakovsky with the counterattack. Corralled those ankles, and 3 on the board. Nick Feldman, in these situations here inside the Cavelli Center, ice in his veins.
He just did a great job of keeping his feet moving, and so he's able to react to that shot right away. He's got 22 seconds now to continue the ride out. Drops in on the leg. No change right there. Got Feldman keeping this crowd excited. If you could go ahead and stay in the top position, the crowd's going to erupt anyway. But you don't want to be, even to give a reversal here, you're not really in worry. Just don't go to your back. Drops in on the ankle.
Ohio State is going to improve to 10-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten. The late takedown, 4-1. Feldman has done it again. 17-15, Ohio State gets the win. Outstanding wrestler brought to you by Cliff Keen Athletic, Nick Feldman.
Woo!